once again, and I don't know where I was. Was I on the carrots? Which the tops look good. Hey, I want to look at this carrot again. I see a bigger one. I'll get this done. Oh, are you gonna bolt? Oh, there's a. I can barely see it. There's a little carrot down there. Do not go to seed. I don't like it. They'll get woody and they're hardly edible. So carrots, I got disconnected at 47 minutes, but it said 52 on the when I was looking at my timing, and I was doing the sweet onions, and here is the Texas sweets might be a little whiter looking. They're a sweet onion, definitely a sweet onion because they're already made bulbs. Conventional onions like these white onions aren't barely started making the onion bulb. And these Georgia onions this year are killing it. There are a lot of big ones, so I'm impressed. Okay, then I was digging around these potatoes. Maybe it was this one. I was showing that this hill is raised. I think that's a Yukon Gold. I'll put you back to bed. You can grow a little more. Let these vines die. And I was digging on one of these. Maybe I'll go a little more investigation. Ooh, that could be a Kennebec. So some of these might be Kennebecs and some of them Yukons. Well, they're potatoes. They're all good with butter on. So I was doing potatoes. Gonna get a lot of potatoes. And I'm still, welcome to the chat. And Joan Air said hi. Callie said hi. Hello, this is my second video because I lost connection. And we're gonna have a party, a garden party. Done with the potatoes, and I talked about these cabbages before I was disconnected. And Miriam Lopez says hi, and Joan Air says hello again, yo. All right, and I was talking about these Jersey Wakefields, and I was talking about these tomatoes, and this one here, just like that other one, looks like it's a cherry tomato. They're just volunteers. And another Jersey Wakefield, and these three here are Flat Dutch, and they'll grow a big old flat cabbage that weighs 10 pounds if I let it go. So the Jersey ones are like a 7 or 8 pound cabbage if I let them go that long. I think the people in the house want them cut a little bit earlier so they can put in the hot pot. Oh, that's some yummy stuff. Okay. Tomatillos. Okay, I had some tomatillos come up in the garden, and I thought they were nightshades, and I let them grow, and then they had this yellow flower. And said, what the heck is that? And then I let these things grow, and they had a little baggy thing with the fruit in. Ooh, that one's getting filled. That one's getting close to being picking. And I let them grow, and I ate them all summer in the chili. And I saved some seed, and I put the seed out, and they came up real thick, but they're blooming like crazy, and they're putting on the little tomatillos like crazy. So I'm going to be overloaded with tomatillos. And what have you do? I just put them, I throw them in the chili pot. And here's my sick group. What do we got going here? Just ants. I thought they were eating. My sick group of sunflowers. And it's funny that these 5 up here were planted the same time. They were the late planting because only 4 came up. And this one here is one of the early ones I planted. And there's a nightshade that's going to crowd it out unless I kind of push it away. And there's another one, the original ones that came up. And I think this is another original, and it's going to bloom real short. These are supposed to be like 10 feet high. This is going to be like 3 feet high when it blooms. And there's another sick one that, one of my original seeds that came up. And here, this one looks pretty close to normal. So it might get, I don't see that's a bud or not. Hopefully it gets at least 6 foot high. So not a sunflower year because it's been cloudy, cool, rainy, not sunflowery. So kind of a disappointment, but with sunflowers not working, everything else looks great. And here is my bell peppers that are looking a little like what is it? A hot pepper. I hope they're bells. I need some bell peppers. That one's just starting to bloom. That one's got, those 2 down here got, all 3 of these down here got peppers on it. Yeah, I think they're bells. What was that? Jalapenos. Oh, jalapenos are greener, but it got a jalapeno shape to them. I'll have to. Oh, there's some more chats. Good Lord. Miriam Lopez says you are so cool. Well, I try to be. Good morning, beautiful garden. It shows you're caring for it very well. Ooh, Callie's coming to Tennessee in October. We'll get a place where you can stick a garden in. Make sure you get 7-8 hours of sun on your garden if you get a place to grow. Okay. Next is cauliflower. I had some old seed, I think roughly around 2017. I wanted to get rid of the seed. I've grown it before, but I had bug problems. But I found out that I found a spray that works. The Captain Jack, it's bonine or bone, whatever. It works. It kills the worms. So I'm waiting for a flower bud, but the plants are getting huge. And they're competing with these sweet potatoes for space. So, this big old tomato, volunteer tomato, I think this one's started here. It wasn't moved. No tomatoes yet. And this is what I do to pollinate. They self-pollinate. You just brush the blossom and they'll pollinate. The wind's supposed to pollinate. And here is the sweet potato patch. There's 6 hills, and 4 of them I used clippings. I would clip an end off in the pot last fall. Took them inside, and they started growing. And I brought them out here in March, along with 2 potatoes that were discarded from last year. seed potato basically put in, and they're like the same as they look the same as the clipping, or I don't know. They call them these. They call those again. They take a clip off the end. Oh, I forget. I'll I'll think of it maybe. A couple more smaller tomatoes. They got tomatoes on them. These all look like cherries. Those look like cherry tomatoes. This one here does not. Where'd they come from? I just grown them. There's a couple little plants. I made a little rigging so when these plants get taller, to keep them from laying on the ground, I run them up through this these wire and pole and posts, and get them to climb in that. And I'm gonna have a pepper climbing in too with these 3 tomatoes because I run out of cages. Another potato patch. I might dig around. This one looks a little riper. Here's the mulch, and that soil's a good 2 inches above the. Now let's see. I'll look at the. One of these are Kennebecs. These all except these 3 bottom ones really grew big, and they're just all tangled together, and they're starting to go dormant. And I know there's going to be a lot of potatoes there. You see this hill, the ground's 3 inches above the. And the soil's pushed up. There can be potatoes down there. Six watching. You know, 5 thumbs. That's better than my first video. I got 5 thumbs up. Like and subscribe, like everybody says. And I see my corn's pollinating. So after this video, I'm gonna. Some of these down here have just started silking out, and I'm gonna have to. I don't have to, but I like to get pollen to them real quick. This is a perfect day. There's no wind, and that pollen's just gonna load up in the tassels, and I'll just take a handful and throw on these silks, and then they're pollinated for sure. And on this patch, this was my first planting. My first corn is way up, or second corn is way up there, and it's further along because this here had less sun, and especially at the end of this row, I cut a branch from a tree behind me to give it more sun, and certainly didn't hurt. It probably gave this corn down here another hour or so of sunlight, and it's coming along. A lot of these are silking out on this end, right at the very end. And the second row, the second group is all silking out except the shorter stalks. That's looking very good. In about 5 days, this will look like that second row. Most of these will be having silks. Is that the second? Yes. That's the second. Is there only 2 there? That's only 2. Yeah, that hill I plant 4 seeds to get 3 stalks, and this one only had 2. And there's one up there that's got 2 stalks, but a squirrel dug up one of the other stalks, so it had enough. It had 3, but 2 stalks is good. And like this one here has 4, but 2 of them are shorter. This one's got 4, and 2 of them are pretty sure, and there's one that's real short. That one might not have an ear on it because it's crowded. It don't get a lot of sun because of the other corn's way taller. So we'll see. I'm giving it a chance. I'm not going to hoe it out. So my first planting in this upper end, the ears, well, maybe walk up through it. I'm getting pollinated. See, the ears are larger, and those up there are even larger than this. So they're about 2 weeks difference between the same day I was planted, like, I don't know, early March. And it's good. It's spread out. If it all turns out that will have pretty good ears on them, it's good because there'll be corn that's ripe early, and there's going to be corn that ripe later, and it's all good. So we'll see. And because it's good morning. Okay, there's no more chats since the last one. It's kind of weird. I start a video and I get a lot of activity at first, and then people were busy and they just quit watching, and that's okay. They say, he's boring. But I mean, I'm just trying to educate, and I'm trying to just show how the garden's coming along. I try to make these videos. Seems like every Sunday is a good time. People are not doing much, and they'll watch. And I went through this whole garden this morning. I got 2 videos. This is the second one in Jim Miller's garden. Thanks for watching. And it's a beautiful day, except the smoke. Most of this sky, it was smokier yesterday from that Canadian fires. And my thing is, with that smoke, I hope that the soot drops into the garden. I hope I get a couple tablespoons of soot in the garden, and that's a good fertilizer, because they just love that kind of stuff. All right. Jim Miller's garden, and I'm going to leave 5 people watching hung up. Well, start at the front or start with my other videos and watch some more. And there's like with my corn, I've got first planting, second planting, third planting, and over there in the raised beds there's a 4th planting. So I might have 7 plantings of corn this year. All right, thanks for watching in Jim Miller's garden. Maybe I'll be back next Sunday, or even earlier later. It's when I get a chance. Well, thanks for watching.